Let's learn the most important thing that you are waiting for, the login form using PHP. In this video, we shall design the sign up form, login form, create a database, and using sessions we shall even implement the logout feature. So let's get started. Make sure you watch this video in full screen. Let's first create the database. Create database technotip, we'll call it technotip. Use that database. Now create a table. I call the table name as PHP login. ID integer, username 15 character length, password varchar of 20 maybe. Okay. Description of the table PHP login. So we have ID, username and password. The content, select star from PHP login. Nothing is there in it, so empty set returned. Let's design our sign up form now. We shall take only 3 fields to keep things simpler. You can use any text editor or Dreamweaver or any of your favorite text editors, or what you see is what you get editors. See here, the method used here is the post. The get method produces a long string that appears in your server logs in the browser's location box. The get method is restricted to send up to 1024 characters only. And if you are using password and case sensitive informations, then don't use get, use post. Post methods have no restriction about data size to be sent. Post method can be used to even send ASCII binary data, so it's more secure. Here we are ready with the simple sign up form. Let's see how does it look on a browser. PHP login session. So username, password and the ID, 3 simple form. When we hit the submit button, it should trigger the action, the file inside this action, signup.php. We have to write it now. Since we had used the post method in our sign up form, we need to take the post here also. This is MySQL underscore connect. This is standard functions to connect to the database. Localhost is the host name, root is the database username, and another empty quotes. If there is any password, then you need to enter there. If there is no password, leave it empty. I don't have any password, so I have left it empty. Now selecting the database. Our database name is technotip. We created it. So this is standard, MySQL underscore select underscore DB. This is standard. Inside first parameter double quotes, you need to pass the database name. Second is $CONN, which is an optional. Better you write it if you have more than one, if you have connected to more than one database. So you have used post in the sign up form, so use post here also. If you used get there, you need to write $_get in capitals. Save the file as signup .php. Username name is Ian. Make sure you had given unique names for this. When you hit submit button, the contents, the values of these fields, let me change it to signup form.php because it is signup form, not login form. Okay, you need to give unique name to every field here, because once you hit the submit button, these information will be passed to the file in the action field, in this case signup.php. Okay, the values will be passed and will be stored in $user, $pass, $id. Now we have to formulate an SQL query to execute it. The function here we use to execute the SQL query is MySQL_query. Inside the parenthesis we need to write the query. To insert, we use standard SQL statements, nothing fancy here, it's straightforward. Insert into table name, that is PHP login values. We have to give the same order. First we have ID, next username and password. Integers do not need to be inserted within quotes. So one, username string values should be inside single quotes. I will call it with my name Satish. Password is also string, so we put it inside quotes too. So let's store this as string in another variable called SQL. I will copy and paste this. Double quotes dot concatenation operator. The ID will be stored in $id, so copy it, ID, first field, paste it here, concatenate it, dot double quotes. Now following is a comma and a single quote, comma and a single quote. Now double quote dot, username will be stored in $user, paste it here, concatenate it, dot double quotes dot double quotes, single quote and a comma. Again open a single quote, double quote dot, password will be in $pass, concatenate it with single quote and a closing bracket, dot double quotes and close. Okay, that's it with the SQL statement to insert the values which has come from signup form.php. Let me comment these lines. MySQL_query executes the SQL query. Now if $query not equal to, that is if that query is not executed successfully, then a message called failed SQL error should be displayed, proper error, else successfully inserted, successful. So let's see how it works. Oops. Signup form.php. Okay, let me give my name and test it first. Password is Satish, ID is 1. I'm signing up that is we are entering values to database through our form. There is an error in first line itself. $connection is equal to mysql underscore, okay, I have written double C here. mysql underscore connect is the correct syntax. Submit. Okay, successful. Let's see in the database if it has been stored or not. Select star from PHP login. Okay, it has been stored. Let's give Kiran and ID of 2. Successful. Let's see, select star from, okay. Let's put some links to get back to the sign up form. Let's give Jyoti this time. JYOTHI, ID of 3. Submit. Okay, we get this sign up link to get back and enter once again. Sunita and an ID of 4. Submit. Okay, let's see in the database. Select star from PHP login. Okay, all these are getting entered properly through our sign up form. Now let's write login form. To check against the database if the user exists, that is if he is already signed up, then he must be allowed, or else a proper message needs to be displayed. Again, the method we are taking is post. We are using simple form here. We ask for username and the password and check for the combination against the database that we have created, that is Technotape in our case. Name is name, password input type is password, name let's call pwd, no, let's call pwd. Okay, sign in form.php. This is just the form. Inside action we will write sign in.php. So here is it, sign in.php. This also uses the database, so why not we make a separate file for the database information. Let me cut this information, let me cut this and make a separate file, paste it here. Let me save it as db.php. In whichever file we want database information, we'll just include that file, include once, _once. Within bracket we need to call that file name db.php. That's it. All the database information will be included. We'll use the same line of code inside. Login.php, signin.php file. Again the same thing, $user uname, let's call it to avoid confusion. We had used name, I think. PASS pass. Let's see. Okay, the name is name, user, password name is pwd. That's for my SQL query. Select count of star from PHP login, where username, I think it's case sensitive, we need to use the same. Let's see the description. Okay, it's username, username, complete verbo. Username is equal to $uname, because the username which they entered through sign-in form will be stored in $uname, and password, okay, password, password will be stored in $pass. If it matches, the count will be more than 0. It will be a positive value, otherwise it will be less than 0, and we are not bothered about the actual value. If it's not 0 or not less than 0, then successful login, or else it's just failed to login, that is the username and password combination is wrong. Concatenate with pass. Let's comment out these 2 lines. For execution, as we saw earlier, it's a variable is equal to, any variable is equal to MySQL underscore query. Within parentheses we need to give this entire SQL query, or the variable in which we have stored this, as a string. So result is equal to MySQL underscore fetch underscore array. Inside the parameter we need to pass this. So here we fetch the results as array, and we are interested only in the first column, first row result. So result of 0, first row, is greater than 0, then the login is successful. Valid user, no, let's call successful login, or else sign up. Let me give a link here to sign up form again, because it's a good user interface. If once we land on any page, we should know where to navigate. If there is no links, then it would be confusing. So we need to give some hint to the user where to go, what to do. Otherwise he would be puzzled. Let me give a link to sign in form 2. sign in. Okay, now the else part. Login failed. We will give these two links here too, so that the user can try again. Save the file and let's test out the form. Sign-in form.php. So we have Satish and Satish. It's a valid username and password combination. So successful login. So let's test admin ABC, which is not there in the database. You can see here it is nowhere in the database. It should give an error. Failed login. Sign in again. Without giving any entries, if we click again it will be an error. Let's sign up again. Admin, an ID of 5. Oh, we need to have a sign in link here. Let me put it. I'll just copy it and paste. Make sure you don't miss these small things. Microsoft, an ID of 6. Okay, the link came here. It's working. Let us test this out. Microsoft. It should be successful. Okay, login successful. Let's implement the session 2. We'll just illustrate how session variables work. Here is the starting point, session_start. This should be written before using the session variable. Now inside result of 0 is greater than 0. If the execution enters this loop, then it means the user name and password combination is correct. So inside this session variable, that is $_session, all in capitals, within square bracket we need to give a name, any name within single quotes, is equal to, we assign the username with which the user has logged in, and we shall display a nice message, welcome username, which is stored in session variable now. Once somebody is logged in, we need to give the option for logout too. So let's do that. Single quotes, I missed it. We should give single quote here. Logout. We need to write logout.php. Save the file. Actually we need not give session_start here, but let it be. It still works. Session destroy. This function destroys the session. Let's try it. Sign in once again. This is a valid username and password combination, but we have an error. What? Okay, I have missed the semicolon. That's it. Successful login. Welcome. Now let me give Kiran. Successful login. Let me log out now. Okay, should not leave this page blank like this. At least we need to echo some message. Let's see. If the session variable has been destroyed, then we will display some message. This would give some confirmation to us. Our session variable name was username, small letter U, user. Let's copy and paste it. You should not make any mistake here. Okay, username, not username. That is, if it doesn't exist, then echo logout successful. Successfully logged out. Yes, error occurred. Let's see if the session variable has been destroyed or not. There is another call. It is session underscore unset. Once it is set, once the session is set, we can unset it using session underscore unset. I'm writing it all these three just to illustrate what and all are there with the session, things associated with the session. This is to start the session. Second one is to remove all the variables in the session, that is to unset it. Session underscore destroy is which it destroys all the sessions. We can write not, save it. Now let's test it out if our session is working or not. Kiran, successful login. Now log out. Successfully logged out. That means the session variable has been destroyed. If it was not destroyed, then an error occurred message would have been displayed. You can use this session concept and implement across the browser and allow the user to view the browser if and only if the session variable is set. If it is not set, redirect him to the login page. It's a good security measure to use session variables to secure some of the pages. Please share this video with your friends and hit the like button on YouTube. And visit our blog technotip.org and technotip.com. Thanks for watching.